Washington Improv Theater's run called Rise Up, part rallying cry, part group hug. Is anyone here seeing improv for the very first time? Clap! Yeah. Yay! Welcome! Anyway, what you're going to see is completely improvised, never seen before, never to be seen again. We've got 3 great troupes for you. Coming up first, we've got an indie troupe called Kittens doing a structure called Nevertheless She Persisted. Got a little pun there. Second, we've got Washington Improv Theater house team King Bee doing a special structure called Off Record. And then closing out tonight, we've got the hypothesis. We've got a real life scientist in the background. She's going to talk about science, which is going to be really cool. And then the improvisers are going to do scenes. Y'all ready to see some improv? Yeah.
Stories that none of us have heard. I mean, the one who's telling it knew it because it's a true story, but nobody else has heard it about some experiences in our lives that probably wouldn't have happened to us if we were men and we had to persist through them, much like Elizabeth Warren. To get started, we have our very first monologist, Amy Krasner.
A bittersweet story, because truthfully I don't hate it, but my experience deals with my work. I'm a veterinarian, and I have a lot of clients who kiss me on my face, one who leaves lipstick, and I have to go like wipe it off afterwards. Now, I don't run away from the kiss. I get that it's like a two-way street, but I have what I call my kissy clients. I have hug clients. I have several clients that come in, and if I don't give them a hug before they leave, like their appointment, they're like, "Where's my hug?" One client even told me once, she's like, "You know, I've been talking about you with some of the other people in the neighborhood, and I heard you hug them too." And like she was jealous, like her hug, the hug was just for her. And also a lot of people who call me by my first name, like, so I'm Dr. Krasner, and I don't really care that much, but it just always catches me. Like a lot of people will be like, "Hey Amy, like what's up?" And I'm like, technically not how you're supposed to address me. Okay. And sometimes I even like call, and follow up about things. And I'll be like, "Hi, it's Dr. Krasner." And they're like, "Hey Amy." And I'm like, again, with not giving permission. But anyway, I'm fairly confident, particularly the hugging and kissing part, and the jealous hugging wouldn't happen. Well, I guess if I was a hot guy, there could be jealous hugging issues. But anyways, that is how I believe this would be the truth. If I was an boy, that would not. If I was a girl, that would be it.
So, teacher, I heard that you gave other students A's. I'm the only one that was supposed to get an A.
Oh, Marlene.
Yeah.
Marlene, I grade every student on their own.
But that was just between us. This A,
It
like,
wasn't.
connection.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't, Marlene.
Okay.
Hey,
I told everyone else I was your only A student.
I don't know why you told them that. It's not true.
Yeah, now I know it's not true. They all said you're wrong, but I didn't believe them.
Marlene,
So
yeah.
all right, let's put the bumper sticker on the car because you're
Oh,
the
you're
only
the
honor
only one.
student in Mount Carolina.
Everyone is going to be so envious of me. Oh my god. And I ordered posters. Perfect. I'm putting them up in the gym and in the cafeteria.
Honk honk, white honors, a hot honor student too.
What?
From Miss Gillespie? Student, honk honk.
From Miss Gillespie? Oh my I am
Have a good day.
very
Thank you for coming in for this parent-teacher conference. I was worried when you called and said that you were concerned about your child's grades, and Marlene is doing great. She's doing very well, straight A's. And then I listened to the second part of your message where you were angry that she was not the only one. So I just want to...
I mean, when you're on the honor roll, I thought that was only one person. I mean, I want a valedictorian
every day, so we know that she's number one.
Look, Miss Nope, she will probably be valedictorian. She's doing great.
I heard that you spoke with Marlene's mom for 15 minutes. Sweetie, I got the call from your nurse. Thank you for getting my test results. I feel like it's going to be bad news. Can you just give me a massage while you tell me how my results were? It would feel better, I think. While you're telling me my results. Do I have cancer?
Your self
No, I need it.
Your self count is high.
Oh,
give me
that's
a
concerning.
Oh, you are dear. You are dear.
Thank you. Just sit right here. This is really concerning.
Okay. So we want you to be here, but your numbers are more like.
I'm just rocking because I get uncomfortable and I would feel
I
better.
understand. Should I sing this to you?
Please.
Blood count should be here, but you are over here. Oh. Okay.
Sorry. Hey, Jenny. I have the results for your patient in room. Sorry. Hey, Jenny.
Lovely.
Sorry. The results for your patient in room 2. She has a deadline to get to, so I'm going to leave these out here for you.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna come in weekly.
FedEx for today. I'll see you tomorrow.
So sorry about that.
I'm just going through a lot right now. I need some attention.
Okay, so leukemia is an option. Oh wait, an option. What did I say?
I don't want that option.
Chemo is an option. Or we can try some herbal remedies. Herbal remedies.
Sorry, Dr. Did you say herbal remedies? I brought the pot brownies. Nice to feed each other. Feed each other, then yes. Feed a chocolate mac and cheese. Let me take a look at it.
I had the great privilege of working as an attorney in the Obama administration, which was wonderful, except I was the youngest person by 20 years in most meetings, and I was the only woman in most meetings. And so I was in a meeting representing the White House, on White House grounds, and this older gentleman asks me if I'm there to take notes.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I was like, no, I'm actually the lawyer. And he's like, no, I'm gonna wait for the real lawyer. And so I ended up telling my boss this, who actually was really an amazing person, and he got really incensed, and he's like, okay, I have an idea. And so he storms out, comes back in 10 minutes, and he gets me this huge lapel pin. It says the White House on it, and he's like, wear that every day. From now on, you sit at the head of the table, you sit under the American flag every day. And I did, and it was kind of crazy how I would sit under the American flag and suddenly had more input.
I'm sorry, your white jacket's super cute, but I'm waiting for my doctor. I love your white jacket though, but I have a cold, and I just I'm just waiting for my doctor.
Sweetie, I'm sorry I'm late for your appointment. I'm so sick.
Oh, that is a cute blazer, honey. That looks good on you.
I know, I think so too.
Color.
It really is. When I got married, I wore white, and everyone said I look beautiful.
This is my diploma.
Okay.
Oh, it's framed. I saw that same frame in Michael's. Did you just make that?
Sorry.
It is
I-
a persistent. That's a big word. Big word for a girl. Who do you think I am?
I assume another patient with a super cute blazer. What did you think? Because I've been on ModCloth a lot and I could not find it. Did you get it on ModCloth? No?
That cough sounds terrible.
I
It's gonna
know.
get worse with time.
Right? I thought it would get better with time, and it just feels like I have like mucus just like lodged in my throat.
Yeah.
Is
Is that
that
you might have a pulmonary embolism, which could be dangerous if it goes to your head.
That sounds kind of dangerous. Sounds cute. Did you read that in a magazine?
Glamour?
Oh.
When I got married, I was wearing glamour every day. That's how I came up with the idea of wearing a white wedding dress, where I looked beautiful, didn't I, Marla? Didn't
Well,
I?
you're gonna always be a bride in my eyes.
I know, and I'll never die. Where's the doctor?
The doctor's here. Yeah, please. Check behind my diploma.
Mom, are you a doctor?
Sorry I'm late.
That's all right.
I brought the flag. Oh, thank God. I'll just follow you around all day today.
Thank God.
We stole it from the elementary school down the street. They don't need it like I need it.
No. Yeah.
But no worries. We're your gals at 1-800-CALL-FLAGS. We're here anytime you need us.
Everyone will know how important you are to this town.
Yeah. Yeah,
They won't
now.
be saying, who's the mayor now?
No, because I'll have you guys. Thank God. And I got a discount today because I got that Groupon that I used. We got a lot of calls from that.
Yeah.
We've been trying to purchase this one.
Miss Snyder? What am I supposed to pledge to?
Well, they call 1-800-FLAGS. There's a shortage right now. Yeah, it's pretty sad.
Why?
It's really upsetting actually. Flags are now used as like degrees. So instead of having like initials behind your name, this is not a problem I want you to worry about.
Miss Snyder, the future's my future. Any problem that exists is my problem.
I think you'll be very impressed with my resume. I have this stack of flags.
I mean, as an HR specialist, I can tell you, flags are really amazing in this job market.
Mom, is this something I should be a part of as take your daughter to work there? Or do you want me to sit in the back? This future's gonna be my future. I'm trying to take it all in.
I'm gonna take a flag really soon.
What? My own flag, Mom?
I know. One day you'll get your own
Flag? I don't know if I'll need a flag. Maybe people will just know that I deserve it. Probably not.
Mom, and Dad, I just wanted to introduce you my boyfriend.
Oh, that's your boyfriend! You guys reached that level!
We're so happy.
We're actually engaged now.
Oh my gosh, that means I can put mine down finally.
As long as there's one in the family.
So, I worked as a reporter for about a dozen years, and my first job out of college was working in Florida as a reporter covering like legal defense type stuff, the Florida Supreme Court, Broward Circuit Court. Do you guys remember when Anna Nicole Smith died? That's a marker of where I worked. That was the courthouse I covered. And when I first started, it was one of these things where it was just like, oh, I can play the young, dumb girl card very well. Because, like, you want information from lawyers, and they were very susceptible to be like, I don't understand. And they would be like, let me explain it to you, girly. Which was, like, super demeaning, but also, like, I got the information I needed. So it was, like, one of these, like, I don't know if this is wrong or this is right. But one of the terrible things that happened was my boss was like this super intense guy, and I was covering an event when I first started there, and they wouldn't let me in because I did an RSVP. And I just started, it was like my first week there. And he got so mad, he called them, he was like yelling at them. He was just like, what do you mean you let my reporter in? And the woman got angry, she's like, she wasn't even dressed appropriately. And I was wearing like, this was my first week on the job, it was the fanciest business outfit I could have put together, like blazer, long skirt, high heels, all that jazz. And I think the woman was just mad that she was being yelled at. And so my boss from there forward, for the next 4 years I worked there, every time I went to an event, I would get a phone call from him, and he would ask me what I was wearing. Not appropriate, especially if you consider that like there was a guy a few years older than me on staff who went to work every single day in a t-shirt and like a black t-shirt and like busted jeans, and I was just like, sorry.
So we're gonna go ahead and give you the Johnson account. Go ahead and have a seat. Yeah, we're really proud of you here, Cindy.
I will not let you down.
Yeah.
I have been studying up on these accounts for a year. I am just so ready for this.
And he's actually wanting to have a lunch meeting tomorrow.
Great. I have a lot of ideas. I think he's going to be really impressed with what I have to offer.
So what are you planning on wearing?
I thought about that.
Yeah, I mean, you need to look professional but also cute. Like somewhat sexy, but not too sexy. Like newscaster sexy. But not, I mean, you also are representing us. So you don't want to like look slutty. Well, not that I'm calling.
No, I wouldn't.
Of course not. Not that we wouldn't have hired you if you wore something slutty. There was that pink outfit you wore the other day. I think it was last Tuesday. It was like cotton candy pink, kind of flirtatious and young.
I didn't mean to be flirtatious.
Oh, it was just, what the outfit says.
So your boss is coming over tonight to pick out your outfit for tomorrow?
Yeah.
This has got to stop happening.
I just go with it. Just go with it. I am this close to making partner.
This is what you've been working for, and I really want you to have it. But this is getting crazy.
I'm pretty sure that this is the last time. I think I'm gonna go with it tonight.
Welcome to Professional Women's Apparel. You've come to the right place. Thank you for the outfits. I've set out a few outfits in directions for you.
Wearing a pink shirt.
If you'll,
she might buy it. Is that okay?
I don't know.
Okay. So, I've been shopping a lot. I've gone to a lot of places. I really feel pretty good about what's in my
It's
closet.
tough to feel good these days. Such a narrow margin of acceptable.
Well, I
You
mean,
might
like
be
I said, I
original.
think I basically have it covered. Maybe just a cardigan or
Did
something.
your boss send you here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Try on it out. Come on. This is how we make our money. It's not easy. You don't want the cardigan to hug too tight because then your breasts are going to show. If it's too short, your ass is going to show.
I have like 15 prescriptions that I need to fill here for different articles of clothing.
Oh, yes. You came prepared.
They're from, my boss.
You work at Xerox?
Yeah.
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 They really know how to shop there.
This looks like a dead body. Did you do it, mean man? Was this you?
Little lady,
Did you murder this dead body?
little lady, you know you're looking right at the man who did this.
Me, little lady detective. I'm a detective.
Oh, don't be silly.
No,
You're too pretty for a detective.
Oh, am I pretty enough to know how this happened?
Well, little lady, it was just simply, I just took the knife and as he was running towards me, I just held it out there. Because I'm so strong, he just
You
got-
look at those little biceps. It looks like you have what? The ability to stab through 1, 2, 3 lines of esophagus?
Yes, I did kill again and requested you as my cop.
Oh my goodness.
God, you're just so attractive.
Yeah, I put my detective badge right next to my boob.
So, are you going to pat me down and make sure I don't have any weapons?
Do you have any weapons?
I do.
Oh my goodness, do you just want to take them out and put them on the table?
Okay. Here's my AK-47.
Oh my goodness, what a strong man carries an AK-47. How'd you kill with it?
I put it in my gun and I turned off the safety and I shot.
Those aren't the details I'm looking at. I meant like how.
Yeah, so this is where we keep the nuclear codes, right? So
That's right. I'm trying to move up from detective to FBI agent. Oh my goodness, and you shared them with so many foreign governments, didn't you? So many foreign governments.
Hey, Kristen, you're doing great out there in the field. I called you here today to talk about your clothes, though.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. You're really bringing in you're closing all your cases.
All of them.
All of them, but your pants aren't quite hitting your shoes at the right height. There's a little bit too much ankle. And I heard from the sheriff's office that they didn't like that.
Do you think this is sexual harassment?
No, I think it's you not dressing right.
Oh, good.
Why isn't my flag there anymore, boss? I came into work today and the flag wasn't above my desk anymore.
Oh, Sylvia. Just a younger, prettier version of you now. I started today.
So, she can join me. We can work together. I can be her mentor.
We're gonna keep things going, keep things political. Now put away your recording devices. Because King B is going off record!
Well, it's a long, long journey to the capital city. It's a long, long way.
Hi, we are King B, and tonight we are going to be going off record with you guys. So, to begin with, actually, what I need is your birthday. Who's got a birthday?
October 17th.
October 17th. So what we're going to be doing for you guys today is we're going to be going on Paul's nifty little handheld device here. We're going to be pulling up actual real-life congressional floor testimony. We're going to be presenting that to you guys, and then we're going to be filling in some of the details they may have left out. Right now, obviously, as people are watching the news, you are seeing that everything coming out of Congress is really heavy and big and dark and depressing and just awful. And so what we're going to be doing is doing a particularly finite look at some of the fluffy stuff that's going on in Congress, exactly where your taxpayer dollars are going. Do we have a floor speech?
That's a really odd day to pick. Yes, we do. I would like to introduce, I'd like to yield the floor to Orrin Hatch.
Definitely gonna be fluffy. Orange patch.
Sorry. Under the provisions of Rule 1, Paragraph 3 of the Standing Rules of the Senate, I hereby appoint the Honorable Michael B. Enzi, a senator from the state of Wyoming, to perform the duties of the chair. I think that might have been the most exciting thing that Orrin did that whole day. That's all he did. So again, under the provisions of Rule 1, Paragraph 3 of the Standing Rules of the Senate,
Standing rules.
standing, I hereby appoint the Honorable with no U because this is in Canada, Michael B. Enzi, a senator from the state of Wyoming, to perform the duties of the chair. And I yield the floor.
Go for it!
I don't.
Take it.
This is really embarrassing. I don't know.
Freaking chair.
Does that mean I am the chair?
Sit. Give it a go. Come on. They've already announced you.
Has he said that yet?
Yeah, they-
Hold on, sitting.
What happens when what did the last person do in the chair? No, don't. That's exactly the information I need. All right, I'll sit in the chair. I'm sitting in the chair. Am I doing it right? Cool.
Okay.
All right, so that was good, right?
Oh, no.
You stay in the chair.
Stay in the chair.
You stay in the chair.
The lap dance comes later.
You know, the optics of that are good. I can't.
But it's tradition.
It's tradition.
We have some traditions around the chair sitting that we always follow.
Yeah.
And,
The congressman always does this every year.
I feel like I would have heard about.
No,
You're new.
it's the duties that are not said.
Are you guys? Are you? Hey, this is a joke. Is this? You're like,
Oh, guys, I got the
wow,
whoopee cushion.
Oh,
Sorry.
Samantha?
Senator. Sorry.
Sam?
Sorry. The Hill staff all dared me. I just wanted to fit in.
That's my daughter. That's my. I arranged for her to have an internship.
Did he sit on it?
Sam, did they tell you to do that?
I'm sorry, Dad.
No. Okay, I thought you were going to work on major policy. I didn't think it was going to.
Can we tweet it out yet?
No.
It's actually pretty bad if your own family turns against you, so...
I feel like in this. All right, what happens if the tradition, like, there had to be times when there was a break from it or something?
When there's been a break from it.
I will let you know that Thomas Jefferson sat on that whoopee cushion.
Really?
It's made of hay.
It's a whoopee cushion woven of hay.
I would think that Jeffersonian.
Dad, those things
scholar.
were so cool.
You think so?
All right, Sam, come on, let's go. We got to start our game. Oh, God, every Friday night, you and me. Jerry's coming over tonight to join us. I hope that's okay. I invited him.
This was our theme, though.
Well, yeah, but you know, it's a 3-player game, but I always play 2 people, so I thought I'd just bring in a 3rd person. It makes it easy.
But it's tradition. Jeffrey, it's tradition. This is our game. This is our game night. This is a thing that we do together, just the 2 of us.
You don't even give it.
Jeff,
Hey
Jeff,
guys,
Jeff,
I made it!
Jimmy!
It's time to play! Oh my god, you got the deluxe version!
Thanks. All right, now everybody, take your piece. Article 1, Section 3, Paragraph 4, Sentence 2, Word 6 says colors. And it specifically is talking about the color of your piece.
What?
Well, you guys also have copies of directions?
Nobody walks into a 3-person game without copies of the directions.
Oh, man, Trevor, you're ahead of me right now.
Right? This is so much fun. I'm so glad you guys invited me.
I think you should play to your strengths in this situation.
Okay.
And I think, like, you like him, right?
Like so much. No, like so much. Like every time we sit down and we play Congressional Twister, like I let him win. Like I let him win.
Okay, well, that's fucked up, but it's because you can beat him and he'll still respect you. I was just gonna say you should change the rules. You should, because you guys are rule followers, so you should write.
New rules.
You should
write
write
new.
new
I should write into the rules that it's a 2-person.
Wait, you like this Jerry person?
Yeah.
Why do you have her around?
Well, I was just trying to make a seamless transition, you know? It's just like, I liked her for a while, and then Jer Bear came along and won me over.
Why do you keep her around? That's mean, dude.
I'm not trying to be mean. I'm trying to ease my own heart into my new relationship.
Keeping your old relationship in the room?
Why'd you told me we were having 2 beers, just a couple guys having beers, and I come over here and you start telling me this is about my friendships? That's really mean, man.
You delivered the news to me about how you got your ex-girlfriend and your new boy, and they're in the same room playing the same game.
Don't call Jer Bear a boy. He's a man. You don't even know Chair Barrett. You act like you know
I'm
everything
more
about
concerned
him.
about her than I am about you.
Why do you care about her? We're friends. We're friends.
Does she know that?
If she knew that, then she'd think I'm into you. You're not even drinking a beer. Don't invite me over for a beer.
Well, if the Honorable Thomas Jefferson wishes to have a seat, then of course we will oblige the representative from Virginia.
Thank you. I have many important letters to sign.
My understanding is that you wish a device underneath your buttocks.
That's correct.
I knew that you were a great inventor. I was not aware of this.
Hold still. I want to set this up on camera. Hold it.
I think
My
it's
understanding
important
is-
when you
Stop moving. You can talk, just don't move your mouth.
Go on.
It takes like 4 minutes.
I've heard from some of the opinion polls that people are intimidated by me. I came up with an invention to show that I am a man of the people, that I have a sense of humor.
The people who fart.
Like I said, man of the people.
Sir, are you unable to fart on your own? Do you need a...
I'm sorry, can you give us a minute?
Okay, we're gonna have to start.
You're saying you've
How
never...
did you know?
Martha said that you'd come over to George's for a dinner party and that you
So
had a number of
embarrassed.
beans. Everyone else was
I'm
farting.
so embarrassed. Everyone else can do it. I cannot. I've never been able to.
You're going to have a very difficult time relating to the people.
I know.
I'm sorry.
I barely got elected. I just, I think this is,
all those top people in Washington, they're not like us. No, I bet they don't even fart for real. Right? I bet they don't even put their pants on one leg at a time. They probably don't do that.
They're not normal.
They probably don't look a bird in the mouth or bird in the bush.
Yeah.
Or two.
In the hand.
Yeah. They probably don't do any of those things like regular people.
They don't know how to sew corn.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
I know how to sew corn. You don't know how to sew corn?
I know how to fart. See it right there. I'm a regular person.
Shh! Don't make eye contact with me. Don't make eye contact with me. Back and back. No, walk backwards toward me. Turn around, face the other way, and then walk toward me. Right, stop. Set. So some interesting news I need to get out there. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Are you looking at me? I can't tell if you're looking at me.
no.
Okay.
What's the news?
Okay. I have it on good authority. You cannot fight. The story is about to break wide open. The people, they have a right to know. They have a right to know.
Look, I will pay you whatever you want. Just
I
do not
don't want money. I want power. I want power. I want to be able to tell you who, what, when, where, and how to control this country.
Okay. I suppose it's worth it.
I'll be in touch. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Look the other way. Look the...
Chair Barrett, thanks for meeting me. Sorry we had to meet alone tonight. I hope that was okay.
I guess it's cool. Go play.
Yeah, I was thinking that maybe the third player at our game tonight could be like a combination of you and me together, like our spirits combined in some weird fashion that like is totally platonic. It doesn't mean anything more to me than just that.
Cool. All right.
All right, cool, yeah, for sure. All right, 6, and my card is you tear out your own heart and give it to the person you've always wanted to give it to.
I'm gonna let the spirit do that. That's cool.
Okay, cool.
Oh, here's the spirit. Ready?
Well, your name is you brought the spirit. His name is actually the spirit.
No, I shouldn't have to explain it to you. I'm half you. I'm your spirits together, but in a very platonic way, so don't mention the sex thing.
You explained it to us at the
You
beginning.
were super clear about what I am.
It's like, are you?
Right, you describe me, and here I am. I'm
This is
exactly
what we
what you
get.
want, man.
Yeah, but this is a little different than I was thinking would play out, because I didn't expect you to be there. I was talking more in the sense of the shared connection between two people as the third person.
You were super explicit.
I didn't think that you'd make a physical being.
So if you had a spirit there, why didn't you need Jerry there too?
Why you always do this, man? I just want a freaking beer. Stop calling me over and call me out of my relationships. What about Sydney? What happened to Sydney? Yeah, you didn't think I saw that fresh grave in your backyard? Yeah, you're all trying to get caught.
So, how's the big brother, big sister program going? Is your little brother getting along with you?
Sydney? We're cool. Let's just say that Sydney's laying low for a while.
What does that mean? What does that mean? I made your favorite, by the way. I made some pancakes.
Okay, I don't feel like eating. Just
The last time you didn't feel like eating, you flunked out of college. So
Yeah.
what's going on?
well, that didn't happen. Nothing nearly like that happened. How much did it eat, Sydney?
I mean, not a lot. I mean, pretty expendable, but I mean, someone needed Sydney. Maybe Sydney's mom or dad.
What if it was self-defense?
Okay, I'm going to advise you, not just as your sister, but as your lawyer.
I knew it! I found the dead body out of the backyard. I dug it up and I found it. I found Sydney. Tell me this isn't a real body.
I'm Sydney.
Whose body am I holding, man?
I can't keep it all straight.
You can't keep it straight?
Coffee.
I was trying to ease into a new relationship, so I kept the old one around.
Body down, everyone. Stay where they are.
It's covered in old blood.
I think people need me. Why would you say that about me? My mom and dad might need me.
I'm the bad
Whose body is it, man? I need a beer.
Rebecca, I tried to make a cool moment with my dad. It was a big flop. Now I will never get to work in the Capitol.
Oh, no, don't say that. Don't. The kids of politicians can literally do anything. Anything. No, this is just like a tiny little league. And here's what's important. You seemed so cool in front of all of the other interns, and in 20 years, they are going to be the politicians, and you are going to be riding high on that wave. So no worries there. Totally fine. The other interns and I, we voted on it, and we voted to keep you because we think that you bring a lot to the table, financially and financially, and we really feel like it's important that you're part of our team.
It's nice that they kept you.
Bye, Margot. Margot seemed pretty cool.
I'd like to call a meeting of all the cool interns here, all right?
We just call it a hang.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
It's tradition, but
Yeah. Now, some of you have been trying to do some work around here, and that needs to stop. Okay? Because we're the cool interns. We're all here because our parents did something important,
Or bought something important.
or bought something important. And which one of you was actually like Xeroxing and stuff?
Dude, gross.
yeah.
I mean, I was Xerox, it was my butt.
All right, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's good. See, that's good.
I Xerox, but it was someone else's butt.
That's not fair. It was my butt. I was still on the machine. You just came over and pushed the button again.
Still counts.
It's like, it's so cool.
All right. All of this is good.
What have you
You've just been awfully quiet there.
I
Susan?
didn't get the memo about the butt Xeroxes.
There's other ways to be cool.
Yeah.
We didn't even send out a memo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just email your butt. Okay. I will do that.
Are you doing stuff?
Are you doing stuff?
What kind of stuff you
Are
doing?
you answering phones?
I I was writing a few constituent responses.
What's up? Constituent? What is that?
Sorry, I
Alright. Oh, I need my pothole fixed over here.
I'll get right on that.
I want to help people in general.
Call the Congress for your potholes.
Good one.
But I'm really glad I met you guys because I get it now.
Well, are you showing enthusiasm right now?
Are you about to tell us off?
That would be
No.
kind of cool.
So sorry to interrupt the intern
You were-
hangout time. So we got over that scandal, okay? I am not fired.
Okay.
I just wanted to say that work that you did last night, just
What?
organizing the entire office and then writing those heartfelt thank yous to everyone who has volunteered their time.
Sounds like somebody's been putting in overtime.
Or at least showing up to work.
Yeah.
Gross. Not Xeroxing your butt enough.
Or someone else's butt still counts.
It's both cool, both good.
There have been notes, I've been finding notes around the garden.
Yes.
And usually I'm the one that leaves the notes around the garden. But these are signed Denise Houghton. They seem to be asking for things, Thomas.
Oh no. It's come due. 25 years. She didn't bother me once. Now she's calling in her favors. I have to do whatever these say I must do.
Then you need to burn that letter because you cannot do what it says in there. I read it.
I can't read it. What did it say?
She wants to do a life swap, essentially.
Life swap.
Yeah, it's
Now that I'm at the height of my popularity.
no. She wants you. Yeah, because it would seem people would notice if she was you. But I stay inside all the time.
My darling, I don't want anyone but you.
Yeah, but she said we have to, or you'll lose everything.
I have to swap her with you. As long as we'll move and she won't find us.
No, I can't outrun this, Thomas.
I'm so sorry. I promised. It was a youthful vanity of wanting to be. I have ruined our lives.
You have made it so beautiful. You made our lives so beautiful. I never imagined.
Thanks for meeting me on game night in the spirit. Man, I'm sorry I had to just call you here alone. I hope it's okay.
Are you apologizing for what you did?
Great point.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna give the game out. I'm just gonna come out and say it. I don't want to be with Jeremy anymore. I want to be with you.
But I'm you.
I know you're me, which is partially why I'm attracted to you. But you're also part Jer Bear. So I'm self-attracted, and I'm also still attracted to Jer Bear.
But you want to get rid of the Jared Bear
I
part.
want to get rid of Jer Bear.
What happens if I still want to, feel pretty sometimes?
What can make you feel pretty?
I'm coming back to take my half.
Listen, Jared. I sent you 12 text messages.
I've got them all.
But you should know that you're not supposed to be here. This is a private party at White Castle. I rented the space out, okay? So you can't come in. They were supposed to lock the
They
doors.
didn't. And this is half me, so I was already kind of inside.
That's correct.
You're not understanding the halfsies. It's like having a kid forever. We didn't commit to this. I want my half back.
Listen, Jared.
I cannot be divided. I just want to get that right up front.
You're getting real heavy on me here. I just came to split a crave with the spirit, and I'm sorry you had to see us like this. I expect that when you stumbled into us at some point, we'd just be naked and make it a lot easier to explain.
Sometimes if you give it a little bit of a nudge, you get extra.
Wait,
See?
what are you for real?
What's your name?
Sandra.
That's a pretty name.
Sandra's a shitty name. Who names their kid Sandra? It's 2017.
Why
To
don't
watch the crave, Jesus Christ.
we just let the spirit go? Just let it go. It's half you can make half someone else.
I like playing board. You like playing board games?
That's me.
You want to go play a board game?
Yeah.
But like just you and me, and not
It's like
our-
my half picking her up right now.
Hey, can you go talk to your other half? Hey, what's up?
I got an invite to this party. Why are you being a dick?
I'm the one that threw the party.
I know.
I'm not being a dick.
I
Listen,
got the Facebook invite.
I know, let's just put this all aside, okay? There's a lot of people here that I've really
Man,
been
if you could
into.
just go over there and have a conversation for a second. He's got like no feminine side in him at all, and I'm like 50% that, even though I'm not coming across that right now. Yeah.
Mark, just let it go.
I can't let it go.
You want to go have a picnic somewhere?
I do.
I'm available. Are you transitioning me out right now?
No, I'm not transitioning you. Sandra, I'm in love with you.
God.
Wait, so how many people were there?
Listen, I'm gonna skip over all this fluff. I found another dead body, okay? In your backyard. So don't even come at me right now, okay? How many dead bodies are back there? Tell me. Tell me how many dead bodies are back there.
At least I wasn't being mean to a girl.
That's your plan? You're killing people and I'm being mean to a girl. I've been mean to several girls at this point, and several males, and also several spirits.
Well, I haven't touched a spirit, all right? I am not killing.
I'm putting the body down. I don't know why I keep carrying you around. You gotta stop doing this, man. You keep using me as your cover-up. You're killing people. I may be hurting them, but you're literally killing them.
Look, tomatoes, tomatoes, all right?
No one even says tomatoes anymore.
Well, I want a beer. You have any beer?
Oh, finally, man. You can connect over something.
Martha, bye. I see that Margaret's here.
I am, and I think this was the right choice. I do. I think we are going to come up with so many policy initiatives. We're going to let Martha live. It's a win-win-win.
Thank you for the 13 children.
We need you to sit in the chair.
Did she send the chair yet?
Yes.
Did she send the chair?
Not yet.
It's rule.
Thomas Jefferson sat in that chair.
One.
Rule 1.
Rule.
Paragraph 2.
Thanks, Friday. Remember that part.
I thought this was a standing meeting.
For most of us, it is.
Standing meeting where you take the chair.
Feels good. Feels powerful. It feels like I am in control.
Rise Up continues the rest of the weekend. We've got shows at 9:30 right after this, tomorrow, Saturday, and into Sunday, and then 3 weekends after that. So come back, go to withdc.org and get some more tickets. All right, to close out the show, give it up for The Hypothesis, featuring a talk by Alyssa Occo.
Science-based improv troupe, and our lucky scientist for all you guys today is Dr. Alyssa Occo. So without further ado.
Hi everyone, thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here. Do we have any scientists in the audience? So Neil deGrasse Tyson recently tweeted that anyone who thinks scientists like agreeing with each other has never been to a scientific conference. And so any of the scientists in this group can tell you that, that absolutely is true, because scientific conferences are a lot of butting heads and people being skeptical about other people's work. And the reason for that is because science by nature is skeptical. And climate change and understanding climate change and if it's happening and what's causing it is no different. It's also gone through a very skeptical process. And so this is part of the reason why climate scientists like myself often roll our eyes when certain politicians say that the American people deserve an objective conversation about climate change science, because that is exactly what we are already doing, and that is what we've been doing for the past 200 years. So beginning in the early 1800s is when we first learned that certain gases in the atmosphere trap heat and warm the earth. It's also when we started piecing together all the different factors that play a role in determining our overall climate. And then in the early 1900s is when we first started learning about how burning any carbon-based material, like wood or coal, emits CO2 into the atmosphere. Around the early 1900s, we also started monitoring climate conditions on a large scale. In the 1950s is when we began measuring the amount of CO2 in the atmosphere, and we also were able to chemically analyze its structure so that we could see where it was coming from. In the 1960s, the first climate models were built that were able to simulate the climate. In the 1970s, we started keeping track of how much carbon we were burning. And all the way by the 1990s, that consensus started building across the scientific community that climate change is real and that humans play a role. Today, we are virtually certain that the Earth is warming. We are extremely confident that it is mainly caused by humans, and it is very clear that as we continue to burn fossil fuels, we are only going to commit ourselves to more warming in the future. And this is going to lead to worsened extreme weather events, melting ice, rising sea levels, and will threaten the extinction of several plant and animal species worldwide. So overall, we've been studying the connection between human activities and climate change 4 times longer than we've been studying the connection between smoking and cancer. And we are just as confident that humans cause climate change as we are that smoking causes cancer. And so this is actually a really good thing, because since we know that humans are the ones that are causing climate change, we can control this problem. We know what the solutions are. And to me, that is a really good place to be in. That gives me a lot of hope, instead of not knowing what the cause is and not knowing what to do about it, or it's some sort of natural cause that we can't control. So we are in control, and we can solve this problem, and I think that's a really important insight that we should keep in mind as we work towards creating a better world. Thank you.
Hey, Professor, thanks for that talk. I appreciate it. My comment is more of a comment than a question regarding the points you put forward. I just wanted to say, nah. Please respond.
Right, thank you so much for saying that. So we,
You're welcome.
Right, so pizza is actually one of the least healthy things that you can eat.
No, I don't think so.
Whoa, sorry.
I'm sure we're all on the same page. You're wrong.
I mean, medical health and food has only been studied for 600 years, so that's too new of a field.
Well, I mean, I'm just going to show you something here. So this is pizza with a lot of butter and ice cream on it. That's even worse.
Hey, that feels good. That looks good. That's gotta be good. I'm sorry. That's what I'm thinking. And I bought a ticket to the conference, so we're on equal footing.
Sure. So I'm going to push back on what you're saying right now.
Yeah, I'll push you too.
Not physically. So.
I'm currently a wrestling coach.
I was brought here to just give the counterpoints, you know, just to make sure that everyone knows what the other side.
Could we get the moderator on stage, actually? Could we get the moderator?
I'm with him!
Thanks, man. You're a pizza fan too?
So we've got counterpoint, moderator on stage.
Sorry, I'm talking to the moderator if you don't mind. You like pizza, man?
I do mind, sir. I am a doctor.
I'm moderator here!
And we got numbers on you, kid. We like pizza.
Hey,
Oh, I'll put you in a hammerlock so fast.
Yeah, just because you're a wrestling coach doesn't mean that you can wrestle, man.
This is academic dialogue.
Rough day. I didn't go into nutrition to be attacked.
How did you know he just was there to literally just wrestle? I mean, he threw down. Honey, this is why. You
Don't
gotta
let that
take
hurt.
that class.
That hurts.
I'm sorry, but you can't battered and bruised from these science classes. They're so rough, Mom. You gotta be rough with your words.
I'm
not
all
rough
that
physically.
stage.
Liesel, I can't go and campaign for Thomas Jefferson. I'm studying the climate.
Put my tri-corner hat down just here for a second now.
I can't go and campaign for him. I know that this is the major election of 1800. I have things to study.
You and your fad sciences of this day and age.
Liesel, it's not bad science, Liesel.
It's never gonna last, I tell you.
Liesel, do you believe in democracy?
Of course I do.
If you believe in democracy, and no one thought that experiment would last, Liesel. And here we are, a full 19 years since we ratified the Articles of Confederation. Liesel, I surely believe that environment's gonna last longer than this.
Next thing you're gonna tell me is that this here tobacco pipe is gonna cause me all sorts of malboneness in my future. You're crazy.
That's crazy. I don't believe that at all. Tobacco is not only the founder of our economy, the greatest thing that's ever existed. Liesel, to me, what I'm doing, you can smoke as much as you want. I don't care. Lord knows I love to chew it in my mouth.
Grandma, I don't want to know more about your dumb climate science. Okay? Just we're all gonna go smoke down at the quarry. Come with us and come hang out with the family.
I can't hang out with the family, Monica.
Grandma,
I can't hang out with the family.
Great grandma, I don't want to hear any more about your stupid climate science. We're gonna get them malted down at the malt
we're
shop.
gonna get them malted down at the malt shop, Grandma.
Great, grandma, we don't want to hear about how the earth is dead. We gotta go scrounge for supplies.
She's dead. I'm sorry to break up with you like this. It's just, I think that you deserve to have an objective conversation about why you suck so much. I think that's the best thing for you.
Jen, I feel like just the phrasing like an objective conversation about how you suck so much isn't objective, you know?
A binder.
You made a portfolio about how I suck?
It's a portfolio, that's better than binder.
Hey, here for peer review.
George, back up on this, refute this, okay?
Sorry, no, I looked at the portfolio.
I'm editor number 2.
Yeah, so if you'll see here, this is my data.
That's virtually certain.
8 of burritos that didn't give me any.
Sorry, I'm late. I'm here to put up the poster.
Great.
Posters?
Alright, so this poster is going to show how you stood me up when we were going to go to the Kings of Leon concert. This one shows how you talked to my mom for a really long time about Magic the Gathering.
It's a great game, okay?
I'm not disputing it's a great game. I played the game. You talked to her about bad cards and why they were bad for 4
I like the art sometimes. It's good.
And that poster over there is saying that you have been talking about getting a job, but you've just been working at the Baskin Robbins for a really long time.
I have a lot of friends there.
I'll be presenting here at this Applebee's from 6 to 9:30 p.m.
Passages is a public place, you know? Can we just have a private?
Rough day. I know that Neil deGrasse Tyson said that we can't all agree at once and we don't like it.
I disagree.
But yet, the time has come to determine what type of cookies will be served tonight. So surely we can all get on the same page, right, scientists?
At this put forth a pistachio butternut.
That's one down. Perfect. Scientists, we have at least 2 more options. Surely we can all agree chocolate chip cookies are superior. Yes.
Yeah.
Michelle, yes.
I was gonna say, piggybacking off that, I was gonna say chocolate chip cookies.
That's a no. So we are down.
Really, the only logical choice here is an oatmeal raisin. You know, it's gonna get the best of all worlds.
Well, that's true. That's true. Do we have you son of a bitch? Scientists! Oh my god!
Wait, she's right. Neil deGrasse Tyson. What about it? We gotta prove him
We got.
wrong.
What kind of
I mean,
cookie? What kind of cookie does he want?
I mean, I think he was just being quippy on Twitter. Quippy on Twitter. Surely we could get on the same page. He's not right about everything, right?
We gotta prove him wrong.
Right? Hello! Choose the snickerdoodle.
That's our first half. So for our second half, we're gonna have Alyssa come back up on stage, and we're gonna ask her questions about her science background, and then we're going to improvise off of that, and I hope you'll also enjoy that. So, fellow hypothesizers. So Alyssa, can you tell us a little bit about your background, just the headline of what made you want to study climate science? Was there like an aha moment?
I went to undergrad for engineering, and I hated all the engineering disciplines. And so I panicked, and I didn't know what to do, and it was really annoying to switch out of engineering school into the regular school. And so I found a really small program called Atmospheric, Oceanic, and Space Sciences, where they wanted to propel you out into a storm by hang gliding, like putting instruments out. So they just be one with the atmosphere, and then I felt like this is my place.
So that wasn't the only option.
That's what did it.
The only way you can get a diploma?
So they give you all different opportunities. I chose the opportunity to travel to Greenland.
Okay,
So that was my opportunity. Tornado chasing.
So the location of where you put yourself in a hang glider and strap yourself in could be anywhere, but you have to.
They said like storms in Wyoming.
Okay.
It was their like place where they were gonna do that.
Were there any programs that weren't dangerous?
So I felt like everything else was boring, and that excited me. So that's when I was exposed to climate change. So it was not like, oh, I want to go study climate change, because I didn't even know it existed when I was, starting college. And so then I learned about it, and I was like, this is what I want to study. And I went to Greenland, and then I saw firsthand all of the glaciers melting, and that was just a really emotional thing to see. And that's when, it became very clear that straight after undergrad, I wanted to go to grad school, and I just wanted to, keep learning as much as I could.
And have you, since then, done this hand glide?
I've always wanted to. I have not done anything like that. He was kind of like the professor that proposed that, who's the director of the department, is very revolutionary. He won like awards for it, for better or worse.
How old is he? He's the head of your department, like an
Perry
85.
Sampson, do you know him? No, maybe Perry Sampson. He's very well known in the education of weather, and this is at the University of Michigan for anyone.
Good luck.
Cool. Other questions for
What do you like most about your job now?
Yeah.
I like that I can apply my scientific research to actual real-world applications. So everything I study is directly motivated by climate policy. And when I was back in academia, that was not really an option. We just kind of, explore these things and run these models and see what we get. And I, spend a year writing a paper that like 2 people would read. And so this is like what I do now. I work in environmental and geo, and it's just my research is directly plugged into all the different policy efforts and and other climate change mitigation actions. So it has like a direct pathway into making a real difference, and I love that.
I was wondering if you could give us like super concrete things that we could do every day. Because if humans are causing climate change, because all of that's real. What are guys? It's real. What are concrete things that everyone in the street could do to, in their own little way, make it better?
Yeah. So this is a tough one. I'm looking at my husband right now because we talk about this all the time. How it's so much at the national and international level where the action needs to come from, as opposed to just like replacing your light bulb. So in that vein, I would say the best thing you could do is talk about it. Have the hard conversations with the family members that don't want to hear about it. Talk to your friends, make people aware of things, vote on things. Like those types of actions to me are more important than like switching out your light bulb. But there are a lot of different choices that you can make to lead a more eco-friendly life, and the more of us that do that, the better. It's not bad for the climate, it's better for the climate. Will it solve the climate problem? No, but we chose to have a hybrid car, and we chose to pay for all of our electricity coming from solar and wind, and so there's different choices that you can make in your everyday life to, recycle more and things like that will, are a way to give back and to practice what you preach. Definitely talking to people about it, and contacting your politicians, your local politicians is really the way to go.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right, class, everybody take your mechanical balls, please. Everybody. Take your mechanical bowls. We're about to start talking about real storms. Interesting. For a long time, of course, people thought hail was sort of the wrath of God. Guys, I'm going to turn it up to a 1, so just get ready for that. So 1. Is it okay if we share? Absolutely. So hold on. You'll have to put a hand on that pommel, babe. Hail is this big mystery to people because it's just ice falling out of the sky, right? So it's a vengeful God. It's a wrathful God. Until we started getting the first microscopes. And then you can actually look at what I'm going to turn it up to a 2. There was a time when we were really getting into wind and finding out this sort of circuits. I'm going to turn it off, guys, because we got a talker. We had a talker who wasn't raising their hands. You have to keep the peace here. We got to keep the order going.
Professor Richards, I want to study under you. I get motion sickness, and I want to learn from you, but I just want to make sure it's
Why would you
clear.
take this class? That's like the #1 thing of the course.
Why would you try to study weather if you get motion sickness?
I just assumed that I could study weather and have motion sickness at the same time.
Jordana! This is Storm 101.
Professor, I lived my entire
You're in the storm, Jordana. Alright, there's an updraft, right?
Yeah.
But then there's a downdraft. And all of a sudden you start to get this vortex. Alright, that's fine. Until some warm air lifts one side. You've got a tornado. You're in a tornado. I'll turn it up to 3. Sorry guys, we have one more disruption. I felt like we were really learning.
I'm not disrupting. I won't be out there in a tornado. I'll be studying it at home, and I just feel like surely you guys understand that I could learn these things without.
I think she needs a little help.
No, please. No, please. No, I want to be
She needs a little help, that's fine.
Turn it up to a 10.
Turn it up.
I did it. I finished my book. So many people are going to read it.
You're gonna be the most popular person.
I'm gonna be so popular. This is my life's work.
But that Professor Jorgensen is gonna flip a
He's gonna
shit.
flip his shit.
He's so revolutionary with the way he writes books, and this book.
This book.
Are you ready for this?
No.
On book tours, man, he goes all out. He goes all out on his book tours. So you might take on that book tour. You better be prepared. Sword swallowing. You have to walk. Yeah. He always says the best way of connecting with an audience with your book is when you're physically harming yourself.
No, gross.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
I'm so proud of you.
No, hey.
You made it.
No,
I mean, look at this.
It's dedicated to you.
No. I want you to remember me when you're base jumping while talking to a bunch of other base jumpers.
I don't want to talk about that. I just want to try my research and have dozens, maybe millions of people read it. That's all I wanted. But I don't want to go on this dumb book tour. I want to dedicate it to you and hanging out in the lab and eating choco tacos. To do the book. I want to go on the book tour.
You know when we came into this research group, we knew this was the goal. We talked about this.
I changed it. What experience changed me. I want to just hang out.
But science isn't for hanging out. Science is for risking everything. Your mind, your body, your soul.
Oh, it's time for the book tour.
I know your home was destroyed by a tornado, and you want me to like give money and help you, but I just want to talk to you guys. What a bad storm that was! Yeah.
Our parents died.
Oh my goodness.
I don't even know where Sparky is.
I've been reading a book recently where parents die. Have you guys heard of the Boxcar Children? Oh my god, you guys are the Boxcar Children. That's so insensitive of
We're
me.
actually like just children. We don't even have a box car.
Oh. Take a seat. Guys, take a seat. It's story time. Oh, look at this stuff. It's gonna be my chair. Was this your part of your house? It doesn't matter.
We are